It's DJ NV Charlamagne Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We have our guest host Lala here, who came in this morning on fire.
Came in with an F marriage T-shirt on.
That's right, sure did. Sure did.
I did not say that. I'm a person that I like to get an understanding. I want to know why is it like that.
So why, for people just tuning in, why is it like what?
Why does it feel like marriage is not a goal for people in this day and age? With social media, people aren't even dating like that. People are saying, I pulled up statistics, people are saying dating's not even a priority anymore. They have other things they would rather do than date or meeting people, you know, in the traditional ways. So people are saying because of that, they have no interest in getting married
So
anymore.
you wouldn't get married again?
I wouldn't get married again, but I was married. So at least I could say I did it. And, you know, it didn't work out the way I had planned, but it's not something I would want to do again. But I did it. So I'm talking about people who are saying they have no interest in ever doing it or wanting to do it. It's not like a goal of people, and even people that are in relationships, a lot of them are not saying like the goal for our relationship is to get married. It's like the goal is to be together, have a dope relationship, you know, and be companions forever. But people are not feeling like the measure of success in relationships is like getting married.
But do you feel like not getting married is the easy way out? Meaning, when you first get married, and let's say you and Mello, or me and Gia, or Charlamagne and his wife, when y'all have problems, y'all married. Y'all have to work through it. It's not like you can say, I'm out, I'm one. Y'all have to work through it. Y'all married. So there's going to be good times and bad times.
Through sickness and in
But
health.
if you're not married and somebody gets on your nerves, you could just be like, you know what, I don't want to deal with it. I'm out. So it doesn't make the relationship as strong because there's nothing binding to you, because it's almost like I can be out when I want to be out.
Right, but for a lot of people, they'll say that the reason that they don't just want to be out is because it's a business agreement. There's paperwork between the two of you. So if I get out, now I got to deal with splitting assets or anything like that, or dealing with lawyers and paperwork, and people don't want to do that. So it's like, is it a union of love, and like Charlamagne just said, till death do us part, or is it a piece of paper that's binding two people? I always say marriage is really easy to get in and really hard to get out. It's not. It's hard to get out, and people don't really understand that when you're dealing with lawyers and what you have to pay and things like that. It's really hard to get out.
I wonder if this is more of a product of us being disconnected because of technology and social media. Like, folks don't have real connections anymore, and they aren't making real connections anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder if this is just a byproduct of that. Like, people not being able to establish real connections anymore. So there is no goal to be married, because there's no goal to even make a real connection.
Well, it was always a goal because my parents are married, right? And they're still married to this day, 50, 60 years married, 50, whatever it is. But for me, it's like, yeah, every marriage we have our problems, right? You get into arguments, you get into fights, it takes communication, it takes work. But the happiest days of my life is being married. My wife comes home today and I'm excited. Like, I'm happy, she's happy. Like, we can't wait to see each other because
I get it.
It's you know, laying next to my wife. But it's also, I met her at 15.
That's what I was about to say.
16.
There you go.
There was
There you
nothing.
go.
There was nothing. I had glasses and braces and acne. And,
You was a nerd then, you a nerd now,
Watch your mouth.
and she loved that nerd the whole way through.
Watch your mouth.
That's what you're
Yes.
saying.
Yes.
Listen,
And I'm not a nerd now.
I get what you're saying. I love being married. I've been blessed to be with the same person for almost 25 years, so that's my best friend. I was able to marry my best friend. But that's what I go back to. We were able to establish a real connection.
In a time where you weren't dealing with social media and the
That's
way
right.
people
That's true,
aren't
too.
even talking to each other
That's right.
anymore.
That's true.
It's DMs, it's apps, it's all these other things, but that connection of like talking to someone again, that's not happening anymore. So what I'm saying is this conversation that you guys just shared with me about both of your marriages, I'm saying people are hearing that less and less and less.
Right.
And marriage, imagine young people dating are saying dating is no longer a priority because they have better things to do.
But are people getting married because they're actually best friends? Like, they really are friends? Or is it, she look good, he look good, let's get
I
married,
don't
we
even
got
think
money?
people are taking the time to connect with someone enough to call them their best friend.
So what are couple goals then? When everybody be online and they be like, Sierra and Russell, a couple goals, who this person is couple goals, what are those? What does that mean? They just want to be booed up?
Well, here's the thing. Like, obviously, Sierra's one of my best friends, and she has an incredible marriage, and Russell's an incredible guy and an incredible relationship. I will just say that, to me, I'm happy that I'm able to see that because that's not the norm of what I see. That's not the norm of what I
what
see.
you're
So
saying.
I'm happy that I'm able to have that
Right.
example, to still have that hope that that kind of love and connection really does exist,
Yeah.
but that's not the norm of what I
that's
see.
good, because what she's saying is true, because the norm of what we see is the guy cheating and then the woman expected to always be there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
Like,
not only
we-
that, think about it like this. If you take care of your wife or your girl and you do too much, they call you a simp. You a sucker. You doing too much. You this way. But That's your queen. Aren't you supposed to take care of your best friend, your queen, your girl, your love, your life?
Absolutely.
Aren't you supposed to give flowers? Aren't you supposed to do those things?
Right.
That's what my dad taught me. That's what my dad did to my mom.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, again, it goes back in this day and age. That's not how it's looked at.
Last
anymore.
question before we go to the phone lines. What do you tell your son about marriage?
It's an interesting and sometimes difficult conversation because we're all products of what we saw growing up.
Correct.
So unfortunately, my son saw a failed marriage. He does still see two people that genuinely love and care about each other and are amazing parents to him, and we work collectively as a unit. But he did see a broken marriage.
Gotcha.
So I don't expect him to view marriage as this incredible thing because I saw my parents not be married anymore. That's his view on it. So I have to tell him, like, that's not, you can meet someone and love them and fall in love and want to get married, and it's a beautiful thing. And then it's like, but Mom.
Gotcha.
I don't
So
like
it's
that
tough.
failed marriage talk, though. I don't
Right.
think that the marriage failed just because two people, grew apart or whatever.
Right.
Like, it don't mean that you failed. Like, y'all did that.
We did it. And we did it for a long time.
That's what
too.
I'm saying.
I was when it was good, it was good.
That's right.
Hello, who's this?
Vanessa.
Hey, Vanessa. Good morning.
Hey Vanessa.
Hey, Lala.
Hey.
We're saying, is marriage still a goal, Vanessa?
Marriage is still very much a goal of mine.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so what you waiting on?
Are you dating? You got a man? How's it looking?
I am dating with a purpose.
Okay.
Ooh,
Explain.
I like
so
that.
The thing about me is I'm a very confident. I'm very tall, but I'm beautiful. So, like, my standards are high. Everybody says sometimes I need to lower my standards. I refuse to date anybody short.
That's disrespectful.
Uh,
You disrespectful.
But you know what?
Not disrespectful.
You're going to miss your blessing.
Now, my assistant is 6'3", and I told her the same thing. I'm like, you're not gonna find somebody taller. Like it's not as many
First
people.
of all, have you seen your assistant's bangs? Mercedes is a very pretty girl, but somebody need to draw them bangs back like
Yo,
blinds.
shut up. Leave her bangs
All right?
alone, man. Leave her bangs alone, man. Go ahead, Vanessa.
But the thing about it is like I have friends and like friends who are married, friends who are single, and we all talk. And I've really listened to my married friends about like their marriage and stuff like that. Sometimes it does turn me off when I hear things about men cheating, women cheating, and I'm just like, what is the purpose?
Right.
But then I'm still like very, very hopeful that I don't think like Charlamagne say, black men don't cheat. I don't think all black men do cheat, but I do think at some point in time, men have cheated at one point in time in their lives.
Queen, God is telling me to tell you this right now. I just got this download from God. Your blessing is 5'5".
Yo, shut up, man.
Your blessing is 5'5",
No,
5'6".
he's not.
You missing your blessing because you want to keep your head
Vanessa-
to the sky. You should be optimistic,
Vanessa,
yes, but
he's
you
right.
gotta look down a little bit, boo.
He's right. Like, don't block your blessing.
Charlamagne, I also wear heels.
I
Like,
don't
when I wear
care.
heels,
I
I'm
know.
6'5".
Your blessing is
How
5'6".
about look dating a 5'5" man? That's my child.
You look happy.
You
You'll
look
look
happy.
happy. That's
You
what
look
you'll look
happy.
like.
I cannot be happy.
Yes, you will.
That is-
Vanessa,
I'm not
don't block your
happy.
blessing. I tell my assistant at the same time. And let me ask you a question. Do people do this to you all the time? They come up to you and act like they playing basketball, post you up?
Yes.
Charlamagne does
And then if I tell a
Charlamagne does
man
that
I
all the
play
time, too.
basketball, I did play basketball. If I tell a man like I play basketball, he'd be like, "Oh, I can school you on the court," and I'd
Yep.
be like, "I don't want to do that.
You
But
do-
That's not what I want."
Thank you, Mama.
Do you know Jesus probably was 5'5"? Because the average height of men around
shut
that
up.
time was 5'5". Scholars
shut
have
up.
said this. Y'all are missing y'all blessings, not dating short men.
I agree with you.
Okay?
I agree with you.
800-585-1051. Is marriage still a goal? It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our special guest host, Lala, joining
Good
us today.
morning.
And she was talking about marriage. And we're asking, is marriage still a goal? And La, for herself, she said, no. You don't want to get married.
No,
Again.
because I've done it already. I've checked it off the list. I've done it already. It was good while it was good. It ultimately, didn't work out, and I don't need to revisit that.
Just like I told that last caller, Lala, you might need to just try again with shorter men. You know what I
Is
mean?
that it? My blessing comes in if size 5'5".
That's it.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's up? This is D from Jersey.
What's up, bro?
What's up,
Talk to
fellow
us.
man of God? What's up,
Peace,
baby?
King.
What's going on?
Hey,
Say what up to Lala.
Hello, Miss Lala.
good morning.
How you doing? Well, marriage for me, I got married 6 months ago. I love it. I wouldn't have changed nothing ever. Like, it's just a beautiful thing. I wanted to get married.
It's nice to
So
hear.
I courted my wife for years, and we finally tied the knot. And it's beautiful, man. But you gotta want to be married.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta want to put in the work. You know, this is a work. This is another job. You have to want to do it.
That's real.
If you don't
All
want
right.
to do it, you know, if you don't want to do it, you know, most people stay single or go on Instagram. You know.
I'm
Thank
with
you.
Hello, who's this?
This is Ebony from New Haven, Connecticut. How are you guys doing?
Hi, Ebony.
Talk to us, Ebony.
Hi, Lala.
Hey.
I personally feel like it has to do everything with music and who people are listening to now.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
A lot of the music out now is portraying a lot of no love, get a whole bunch of hoes. It's just a whole lot of talk about no love, even though people are actually looking for love. Like, nobody wants to be alone. Everybody wants to have somebody, but everyone's going to get numerous of people instead of just one and settling.
But does not wanting to be alone mean you have to be married? You can get a dog. Have
Yeah,
a little boyfriend.
Yes, that's true. That's true. You can, but what I'm saying is the view of music now is what is making people feel like they don't want to go and actually find love, fall in love, and then allow themselves to settle down.
It's a great point.
But I also would say this, you know, growing up, how old are you, Ebony?
I'm 30.
So growing up, you heard music the same way. You know, you could go back to Jay-Z, whether it was Big Pimpin' or Girls, 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 or some of those other songs that we grew up to as well was kind of the same thing. R&B has changed a lot, but we grew up to songs like that as well.
That's true. That is true. But I think it's a lot like the music videos are just a little bit more graphical now. And
Right.
I guess people are able to express themselves a lot more.
got you.
I agree with that, and I think there was more of a balance back then.
There was a balance.
of a little bit of both. Now it's not so much of that.
I agree. Even in R&B. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is E.
Hey, take us off Bluetooth for speaker, mama.
Okay. Oh, can you hear me now?
We can hear you clearly. Talk to us.
Okay, so I'm not sure why nobody else wants to get married. I didn't have a traditional marriage myself, but I love being married. Of course, marriage has its ups and downs and everything and trials and tribulations, but it's all worth it in the end.
But what do you mean?
Because
What do
we
you
have a
mean by
beautiful
saying it
family.
wasn't traditional?
Oh, well, we met online, and then we didn't have a big, huge wedding. We just kind of, I guess you would call it elope.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
we just got married, and then
Okay.
we told our family.
Okay.
And then we involved our family.
Got it.
All right.
All
Thank you,
right.
mama. Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Michelle,
Hey,
Hi,
Michelle.
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 Where you calling from?
Jersey.
Okay, talk to us.
I definitely believe that marriage, in the sense that we have been indoctrinated to believe in, might be played out, not necessarily a goal. I think you have to understand what people view marriage as, because a lot of people don't think that it takes standing in front of a judge, a preacher, or signing paper that you pay the state for to be married. Marriage is largely about commitment. Because honestly, if it takes a piece of paper for you to be faithful to me, I don't know if I want you anyway.
You don't need a ring to be my wife. What Meth say?
Just be there for me, and I'm
It's
gonna
the
make sure
truth.
we.
Yeah.
Look, y'all,
Right.
even
That's a
for the
great
Bible
point.
thumpers, if you look at in the Bible in the Old Testament, all it took for marriage was sex and a commitment.
Well, that's what
The commitment was what made the difference between your wife and your concubine.
You're right. But you know the problem with the Bible thumper is somebody put in there that you can't have sex before marriage. So a lot of people started getting married
I
just
don't
to have
think
sex.
anybody put in there that you can have sex before marriage. People really got to read their Bible, because that's not in the Bible.
Oh.
That's the thing that man has begun to tout, because
Oh.
sex is the marriage, actually. So all of this about shacking, all of this about fornication, if you really understand the transliteration of the word fornication, if you are a real Hebrew, Greek scholar, and you go and look into the meaning of these words, fornication is not about sex. Fornication is idolatry, idolizing other gods.
So you telling me that everybody that we've had sex with, we've been married to?
No,
Oh.
not if you didn't make a commitment to be with that person. Remember, there is a clear delineation. You have to make that commitment. You have to decide, because honestly, marriage is a contract between people. But whether that requires a signature from somebody at the state and a license where you're literally paying to be committed to someone, I think that's really the question.
Yeah, I see your point on that part.
Yeah.
I see
Okay,
your
thank you,
point on
Mama.
that part.
That's why in the new, the LeBron James version of the Bible, it says, I don't love them hoes. Because
shut
you got
up,
to be
man.
very clear about not being committed to people
Shut
when you
up,
sleep
man.
with them. For
What's the
real.
moral of the story? What's the moral of the story, La?
The moral of the story to me is that times have definitely changed. It actually saddens me a little bit that that's not the goal anymore for a lot of people. But we're living in a new day and age, a new way of meeting people, a new way of socializing, a new way of communicating with each other. And I do feel like you can have an amazing commitment with somebody without necessarily that piece of paper that binds you to that person.
But you did catch the bouquet at the last wedding you were at, so.
She catches the bouquet at every wedding. Lala, the best wide receiver in the game at them
The
weddings.
thing is, they throw it right at my face. There's nothing I can do. It's coming right towards me.
Well, if you decide to do it again, La, just know short men make better husbands. These are statistical facts, okay? You can Google it, all right? We make up in wisdom what we lack in stature. Short guys make better partners, okay? And if you marry one, your relationship is more likely to last.
Then you can
all
carry
right?
them on your back if you need to walk around, too.
This is a fact. I'm not even making this up. Do
I'm
the
like,
research.
where did you get these
Yeah,
stats
what
from?
facts, yes.
Google.
Cite your sources.
It seems shorter men make more faithful partners.
goodness.
A survey done by Ashley Madison, which is a dating site for married people.
Is that for real?
Yes, it says taller men are twice more likely to cheat than the ones whose height is less than 5 feet 10 inches. Your blessing, ladies, is 5'6". All right, 5'5".
How tall are you?
And you know what else? Think about how when you tall, you see everything.
Correct.
When you short, I don't even see 90% of the women.
Oh, my goodness.
I can only see my eye level.
I can't believe there's a stat that
Yes.
says that. Wow.
Get you a short man.
Wow.
That's your
All right.
blessing, ladies.
All right. Well, thank you. All right. Well, we got rumors coming up. We got rumors coming up. We're talking about Kim K. You staying?
I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.